This is the first in a series of videos where I detail the development history of the characters in Melee's roster. I've gathered what information I could about Sakurai and HAL Laboratory and their collective design philosophies for each character. I've decided to begin the series with Sheik, both for her relative popularity and her unique history as a character in Melee. Following the original Smash game for the Nintendo 64, Sakurai conducted a public poll to see which characters fans would like to see in the sequel. One of the top requests was Zelda, who is actually the secret identity of another character in the game, Sheik. In Melee, Zelda and Sheik operate as one character, and the player can freely swap between them. But this was not always the case. In fact, Sheik wasn't planned to be in the game at all. For those unaware, Melee had a very rushed development cycle. The entire game was developed in 13 months, or a baker's year. Despite this limited amount of time, Sakurai was quite ambitious with Melee, perhaps to a fault. As the promised release date neared, Sakurai was forced to get creative in order to ship the game with finished characters. Initially, Sakurai wanted to include a tutorial mode, wherein the basic ideas of Melee such as combos and edgeguards could be explained and practiced. You may have seen the rudimentary tutorial stage where the player would be prompted to execute a number of techniques. Along with this stage, he designed a tutorial character with lots of moves that comboed into each other in a foolproof manner, sort of like Melee but with training wheels. Eventually, they scrapped this tutorial section and replaced it with the how to play video we now see. Crunched for time and under pressure from Nintendo to include more characters, Sakurai had his team put a Sheik skin onto this tutorial character, and added it to the half-finished Zelda as a down B transformation. This was done shortly before the game was shipped, and they had little time to balance Sheik before the game went gold. With the PAL version of the game being released sometime later, the team at HAL had time to rebalance Sheik to make her less of a tutorial character. However, this proved to be an unpopular decision among Sheik mains, and so the tutorial version of Sheik is the one we still see in tournaments today. That's all for this episode. Stay tuned for an episode about Fox and Falco, who were developed by a person so bad at Melee that he kept buffing the Spaceys to make up for it.